Hey lovelies, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to go over my favorite threads or strings to use while making the waist beads. I get asked all the time which is the best string to use. Now all of these I've used already over a period of time. I'm going to tell you my experiences with them, why I like ones versus the ones I don't like, and ones that I won't be using again. So all of these I've made waist beads out of, and I've worn them over a period of time, or some of them not so much because of the quality of the string. So I'm just going to quickly go over them with you. Starting with the first one I ever tried making waist beads from. This is an elastic string. The good points to this is that it's not easy to break. I had made waist beads out of these and kept them on for a year. One of the most common questions that I get when people see the video with the elastic is, doesn't elastic stretch? And I can say over the year it did stretch a little, but compared to what you would think it would stretch to, it didn't. So I would say maybe half an inch or centimeter throughout the year of me wearing it. That's how much it adjusted itself. And I know that because of the way the beads separated while I wore them. Now elastic does have a tendency to pinch some people. I can say I didn't experience that with the waist beads that I used this cord with. So this, it is elastic, so it does have a little stretch. It does have stretch, so it can move with your body, but it is not flimsy by any means. So that's the first one. Now I've used this to make I guess more fashion waist beads. This is the clear cord. You can liken this to some fishing wire. On it, when you pull at it, it is pretty strong, so it's not going to be it's not going to break easily. Now I've made waist beads for people using this. These aren't things that are easy to just tie together, so I usually use a clasp for this. This tends to get loose from the clasp, so I've had to fix quite a few waist beads using this cord right here. So I wouldn't recommend it necessarily unless you can find a really good way to use it. I'm sure people have a good way of using this because people use it a lot. I liked the idea of having a really thin cord for the smaller beads, and it is very strong. It's just I can't get this to stay in the clasp without breaking. Now this is one I did try also. This is the nylon cord. It is very strong. It's just very difficult to bead with. It's not it's not easy because, let me see, the ends tend to fray when you are trying to make waist beads with them. You can't manipulate the ends too much to thread it. So what I did end up doing was using some fire and making turning the end into a point, because it does have like a plastic like consistency when you burn the end. Not recommending these aren't really the best for waist beads in my opinion, but this is, I'm just showing you because this is something I used as well. Now this is another elastic I've used. I don't have many complaints on this. I did experience a bit of the pinching with this one. I'm not quite sure what the differences between these two are, but this one, again, I didn't experience any pinching. I didn't even know that was a thing until after I posted my video, and I had already been wearing those waist beads for almost a year by then. These are both elastic, but this one I've experienced a bit of pinching from, but they did not break. These, no breaking with an active lifestyle. So this is another string I used. I had the idea to use them because they were really natural. I thought if they were going to be next to your skin, it's a good idea to have a nice natural fiber. The only problem I have with this is that they actually do stretch. So they stretch further than this in a shorter period of time. This, in about a week, you can actually see your beads loosening up a bit. It could have just been me. I haven't seen anyone else have the same experience, but for me, these do stretch, and I don't recommend them for waist beads. If you're gonna use it for something else, maybe a necklace or something where your body isn't pulling and tugging and stretching it too much, then yeah, but the waist beads, this is not recommended for waist beads from me. Okay, so now this, when I had bought this, I thought I was doing a really good job. I really loved when I got this I loved that it was so thick. You can tug and tug at this, it's not going to pop. This is very strong. The thing about it is though, it is quite coarse. So any kind of friction it experiences, it tends to wear away and snap. So when I make waist beads with this, I might quadruple them up, and I will start to see in between the beads these threads start coming out. So I've had it where I've had the waist beads on, and then I've seen a piece of this coming out the side. So one of them had snapped and they're sticking out the side. So they do have a tendency to snap because it is very coarse. It's very strong when you pull it like that, but as far as it staying on you, it's not malleable. It doesn't move around as much with you. I don't know, it does move around. Okay, so obviously it moves around with you, but it doesn't breathe, if that makes sense. It doesn't have a tiny bit of give in order to flex with your body. It will just snap. So this I wouldn't recommend for waist beads. So this isn't my best choice for waist beads that you're going to be wearing for a long period of time. Maybe if you have some fashion beads, you're taking them on and off and they're looser fitting, fine. But if you're doing this for spiritual purposes or for weight measurement, and it's going to be something you keep on all the time, this is not really recommended. So lastly from this video is this Nemo nylon string. You see me use this a lot more recently. I usually quadruple this up also. If I am making waist beads with smaller beads, it's just doubled up and it usually can fit with 2 strings. I can wear beads from this for long periods of time, not experience any breakage of the strings. I've accidentally forgotten I've had them, I've pulled and several times and nothing has happened to them. They're still here, they're still fine. They are quite strong, like the strands are strong on their own, so pulling it like this, it's not going to break. And then again, when you quadruple them up, you know you got a really strong waist bead. I've also heard of kite string being really good and strong. I personally have not used kite string, so I don't want to comment on that yet. I will try it out and keep it on for a few months and see how that goes. Maybe I'll update you if I do prefer the kite string more, but at this time, right now, this string is the one I like using. It is strong. These are really good for tying waist beads. They last a long time. So here again are the ones I've used, not just 1 day or 2 days. I've used them for a period of time. So if you have any other recommendations of strings, you can put that in the description bar. You can help other people out. You can tell other people your experience. If you have used any of these strings, let me know your experience, if you've experienced the same kind of things as I have. Like this video if this is what you were looking for when you came and clicked on this video. Share it and subscribe. And until next time, lovelies.